The post-industrial state of human civilization is legitimately associated with the development of the information society, a society whose level is crucially determined by the quantity and the quality of accumulated information, its freedom and the accessibility. The emergence of information society is inextricably linked with the awareness of the fundamental role of information in social development, consideration in a broad socio-cultural context of such phenomena as information resources, new information technologies, and the informatization.
90s of the 20th century, a number of concepts of information literature appeared in the USA and Western Europe countries, which refer to a person's ability to identify the need for information, the ability to effectively search for evolution and use it. The American Library Association and the International Federation of Library Association and Institute have made a great contribution to the development of the concept of information literature. In 2002, during the 68th season of the General Conference and the Council, it was announced the creation of an information literature section whose task was to identify information literature standards for in different library and countries, and to create an international standard for information literature.
Information culture is the most important component of general culture. It contains, in a generalized form, of all previous experience of human activity in the field of obtaining and using information. The introduction of modern information culture into society does not take place without overcoming certain difficulties and contradictions. One of these difficulties is the emergence of information inequality. Currently, there is a strong stratification in society. Inequality can be observed in almost all spheres of society. Information inequality is one of the components of social inequality in society. There is the causes of information inequality. First, different provision of urban and rural residents has an impact on such spheres of life as politics, culture, education. For example, the level and the quality of education in the city and the countryside differs significantly. As a consequence, there is a difference in the level of information received. Second, inequality of children and the youth in comparison with the older generation. The modern generation easily uses information technologies, has universal access to information, and the adult generation, in particular people of retirement age, has difficulties in using technological means. Third, information inequality between developed and the developing countries. Less than 5% of computers with internet access are in developing countries, while 88% of internet users are in developed countries.
Now let's talk about our survey. As you can see, 81 people of different age, ranging from 15 to 80, answered questions about informational culture. On the first question, people answers split up to 3 almost same parts. 35% said they never visit events related to informational culture, 35% only go to events that they are interested in, and 30% visit them regularly, which can be a result of our huge age range. We predict that most of answers for last option came from elderly people, as they are more invested in such events. Next question covered knowledge of people about informational culture. 47% said it's about the influence of internet on culture. 30% think it's something to do with cyber security, and 14% have no idea, which shows that we have to teach nation about important part of our lives. Last two questions also test knowledge of people about informational culture. Unfortunately, a huge amount of people answered wrong, and that is a good reason to start teaching them how to behave in internet space.
Since people exist in society, they are all obliged to comply with the norms of social behavior. The rules of etiquette can be general in nature and also vary depending on the communicative situation. In recent years, a new type of communicative norms is network etiquette. What cannot be done on the internet communication First of all, you cannot do those things that are not encouraged in any civilized society. Use profanity, incite national discord, offend people, stealing, deliberate, trying to break something, send your commercial net offers, send instructions explaining how to commit illegal actions, as well as ask about possible ways to commit such actions. Also, publish personal letters without the consent of their authors.
Education is of great importance in the formation of informational culture, which should form a new specialist of the information community with the following skills and abilities: differentiation of information, allocation of significant information, development of criteria for evaluating information, producing information, and using it. In the information society, the center of gravity falls on public production, where the requirements for the level of training of all its participants are significantly increased. Therefore, the informatization program should pay special attention to the informatization of education as a direction related to the acquisition and development of human informational culture.